Sounds like this is the park of disappointment. I am giving up on the Mississippi coast. And that's enough. Which means we get rid of this. Why did I come here? It's gonna be a good day. Good morning. So I am down here at Bayou La Batre, Bayou La Batre, Bayou La Batre. There's a couple pronunciations I've heard. I don't know which is the right one, so I'm gonna go Bayou La Batre. This town is cool. I stayed here last night at a place called Bayou Grill. Friendliest people in the world. They were super welcoming to have me stay in their parking lot overnight. I parked right there. If you're wondering why Bayou La Batre sounds familiar, you do know this town. In the movie Forrest Gump, you know the movie, everybody loves that movie. If you don't, you need better taste. That's one of the greatest movies of all time. In the movie, Bubba, everybody loves Bubba. He loved his shrimp.
Shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes.
He wanted to be a shrimp boat captain. Him, Forrest, were gonna be shrimp boat captains together. When Bubba passed, Forrest went down to Bayou La Batre and became a shrimp boat captain. It was shot in South Carolina. It wasn't shot here. Geese are flying. That's where Forrest moved and had his shrimp boom before he made the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. I was hoping to go find Bubba's home or the port, but we're gonna pretend the port that I just saw, that's where it was from. I can't say prove me wrong because you can actually prove me wrong on that one. So Bayou La Batre, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, kind of cool. I learned that on my way into town. The other cool thing is this bridge is also an iconic piece of history, cinematic history. If you look over the fence here, that's the Steiner Shipbuilding Company. I'm sure they made many more important boats, but the most famous boat they ever built.
We're familiar with that ship, the Black Pearl.
Nigh unsinkable, mate. I sound just like Johnny Depp, don't I? This is the town where the Black Pearl was born. Now, the fun fact is this bridge down to the water is only 73 feet. The Black Pearl with the mast on top is 109 feet. How do you get a 109-foot boat under 73 feet of clearance? Well, you can't. Mathematically, it's not possible. Trick question. What they had to do was they built the boat on this side of the bridge without the masts, floated it down to the ocean side of the bridge, and from there, they assembled the masts, and the Black Pearl becomes
Black Pearl.
Oh yeah, I was kind of excited. Got my coffee this morning. Christmas coffee cup. It's late February. I think I got one of the last two they must have had or something. I don't know. Awesome town. But it's time to hit the road. If you're wondering, why am I wearing a thick, big old sweatshirt? Well, last night was probably the coldest night I've had in the van since I left. The whole Gulf Coast there, the whole area got down some freezing temperatures. The reason why I chose Bayou La Batre was on the weather map, it looked like it was gonna be the one spot in the area that was gonna be above freezing last night at a whole 33 degrees. 1 degree, I got it.
To the I-10 West ramp to New Orleans.
And if you're wondering who I am, I'm Tommy Vanderson. I quit my job in Massachusetts as a car sales manager to pursue my lifelong dream of traveling the country on a...
Welcome to Mississippi.
We're in Mississippi on a perpetual road trip. So if you're new to watching me, that little subscribe and like button down below, man, I will love you if you hit those two buttons. A lot of good stuff coming up. Heading out west, this is gonna be an adventure. My two favorite gas stations, loves around the country, and in the Southeast, Racetrack is a big gas chain, and they were also my hotel room while I was in the Florida Keys. Now that I'm a couple days away, I can say where I was staying. Can't thank them enough for making sure I had a place to sleep once I discovered that the Keys do not want my van there. Coming down the highway, when you see their sign, you go, ooh, let's stop at Racetrack and support them. And then it's closed because they haven't even finished building it yet. What is that?
Continue on Mississippi
hold on.
63
I'm talking to
south
the camera.
for 3/4 of a mile.
And before anyone calls me out, I forgot to mention Buc-ee's. You got Racetrack, you got Love's, you got Buc-ee's, and then you got Pilot. That's the holy, that's not Trinity, gas station kings. They're my favorite ones. I know there's a couple other good ones. For some reason, I don't like Marathon. And Wawa. Wawa makes me want to Wawa my whole way out of the store. That was good. Let's get some gas. This one's gonna hurt. I was low. Someone forgot to put away the TV last night before they left. Much better. Oops. I assumed Gulf Islands National Seashore would have a scenic beach. Y'all know what happens when you assume. I don't know the rules on swearing on YouTube, but I can't make an ASS out of you and me. I didn't make one out of you, I really just made it out of me, because you know you're gonna get one. Me, I just lost time and gas.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
She's persistent today. From Massachusetts, I just assume that National Seashores will have a pretty beach. Cape Cod National Seashore, that's a good beach. We're not striking out on this. On my way out of the area, I saw a little sign that says Alligator Pond. I gotta go see if it lives up to the name. It may not be a beach, but it is still pretty and it's quiet. Let's check out Gator Pond. All right, you know what? Gulf Islands National Seashore doesn't have a beach, and Gator Pond doesn't have a gator. This is the park of disappointment. Let's go find a beach. Every time you hit a random big bump you don't see in the road, you hear everything in the van just move. You always feel like something bad happened, a pit falls in your stomach. You go back there and everything's just fine. Look at that. So we got beach, we got water. However, the sand doesn't reach the water. That's a glorified sandbox with an ocean view. Mississippi's making it difficult to find a beach. It is pretty though. It's tough to find a beach in Mississippi. Probably on me. Everything in the world says Biloxi and west on the coast is where all the good beaches are. I saw some things on the map. I thought, ooh, there's some hidden gems where nobody else is on the east side of Biloxi. Biloxi? Biloxi. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your hometown. I have a feeling we're gonna find a cool beach. And if you're wondering why I'm being so persistent about finding a beach in Mississippi, I had taken a week off from doing videos. I had started in Florida on the Panhandle at a beautiful beach. I went to Alabama, saw a beautiful beach. Went to Louisiana, saw a beautiful beach. Went to Texas and saw a beautiful beach. Notice in that list what state is missing? Exactly. That's why I'm here to find a beach. I need to take a photo. I need to put my feet in the water because I did that in each of the other states. And then I can say the tour de Gulf is complete. Alright, so Mississippi has some nice beaches. Problem is, they're not stop-worthy yet. It makes for a scenic drive, that's for sure. I'm getting picky, and I don't care. I'm a beach guy, good waves, and I like finding sea glass. In this water, This isn't washing anything up. Got a couple more beaches to go. Bay St. Louis coming up. This is gonna be my last chance, and I have to say that Mississippi is the worst of the Gulf for beaches. My plan was to report that Mississippi was the hidden gem of the Gulf. So far, it's hidden for a reason. I'm gonna be positive, I'm gonna be optimistic for now. Bay St. Louis is gonna save the beach reputation of Mississippi. I am giving up on finding big waves and seashells on the Mississippi coast. Turns out the Gulf Islands National Seashore was complaining about earlier not having a pretty beach. It's a chain of islands that wander out about 12 miles offshore and blocks all the good waves from hitting the mainland. The same place that let me down on good beaches earlier is the same place that's letting me down on the good waves on the Mississippi coast. It's 42 degrees. I'm gonna have to settle for this beach and put my feet in quick though, because it's cold. And that's enough. And now I can claim I've put my feet in the water of every state that is on the Gulf. Florida, Alabama, you just saw Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas. So I left the beach area, got my feet in the water. I'm heading back inland because I want to go check out a couple of spots around Mississippi. And on my way up the road, look what I found. I just came upon it, I swear. The funny part is, I knew there was a Buc-ee's in Mississippi. I thought by taking the coastal route through Mississippi, I actually missed the Buc-ee's. I was actually a little bit disappointed. I was gonna do a little bit about that later on in this video. And then, surprise. The road I was on took me out right at Buc-ee's. It was fate, and I needed a bathroom. Oh yeah, got my energy drinks too. But Tom, you said you went through Alabama and you didn't get a Buc-ee sticker. There's a Buc-ee's in Alabama. Surprise. I know. While I was inside, I was like, I need to grab one of my energy drinks. And the girl said, here's the bag for your energy drinks. But she goes, your energy drinks might bend the sticker, so I'm gonna put them in a separate bag. So I got 2 officially licensed Buc-ee's Van Life trash bags. Now, if you are new to this channel, you're not getting a joke that's going on right now, I'm gonna link a video down below of my first day leaving Massachusetts when I was heading down the coast, and I fell victim to the Buc-ee's trap, and I kept needing to buy a sticker one after the other, and it's sort of turned into a thing now. It's $1.48 for each one, and it's a little sticker for each state that I go through. I'll take a souvenir for $1.48, and it's just kind of funny. I don't know if it makes you laugh, but it makes me laugh. Let's hit the road. I was getting hungry, had to find a pretty spot to have lunch. Right down the little walkway here, there's a little brook. It seemed like a perfect place for lunch. I'm gonna make a quick sandwich. 1 bag left for my Frito-Lay's box. Thanks, Jocelyn. And I don't drink it often, but there's a Dr. Pepper with the cream soda in it. Best move Dr. Pepper's ever made. So, we're gonna make a sandwich. Good old turkey, healthier than ham. I don't know why, I'm 40 years old and every time I make a sandwich, I have to put a smiley face. You don't? Weirdo. A couple videos ago, I made a tongue-in-cheek joke about making a turkey and cheese sandwich, poolside edition, lakeside edition, whatever you want to call it. What I thought was kind of a silly joke. I have a twin niece and nephew, little 3-year-olds. They're the cutest things in the world. I got a video from my mom of these kids staring at my video, watching me make the sandwich. And then I did the crunch. Piece of bread on top of the sandwich, and push down until you hear a crunch. You take that sandwich, like so.
Delicious.
And I guess all day after they saw that, they wanted sandwiches to crunch the sandwich. Although I don't have the Doritos for the crunch, after seeing that, I had to do another turkey and cheese sandwich with a view. And I think it's gonna be a good one. I could try it with Cheetos. Maybe, we'll see. Sandwich acquired, Dr. Pepper with cream soda acquired, Cheetos acquired. What am I forgetting? Pickles. Jumbo pack. 2 reasons why. A, I love pickles and I constantly want to eat them when I get hungry while I'm driving. The other side of this is, in your fridge, if it's made out of glass and you're rolling around, you slam on the brakes, or the road I took coming in here, as it was rough. You're gonna shatter that glass inside your fridge. No bueno. Austin is nice enough to give you the jumbo jar in plastic. Van life friendly, and you get more pickles. Nice view to make the sandwich. Now we got a view to eat the sandwich. Not a bad spot. As a Debbie Downer earlier, I would not be doing my niece and nephew any service. It's a little harder because it's a little bit puffier. Let's give it a shot. Easier, hold on. There's a good crunch to that one. Let's find out if Cheetos can make for a good Riverside sandwich. Cheetos. One game I like to do is Tuesday, 12:40, 1:40 back in Eastern time, which means that I'm 4 hours and 40 minutes into my work shift, 6 hours left to go. And now, Tuesday, call it 1:40 for the sake of this point, I'm sitting in Riverside in Mississippi eating lunch. Best decision I ever made. All right. I got a couple more stops I want to make before the sun sets tonight. Unfortunately, I have to go because the other spots are going to be so horrible. Before I go, I got one more thing I have to do. It's probably going to be the dumbest thing I've ever done. Oh, that's cold. It's not so bad once your feet go numb. And that's enough. Next time I think about doing something stupid like that, tell me no, please. God, that was cold. Can't forget the Dr. Pepper. Okay, Mississippi, I see you. Absolutely beautiful ride. I heard about the Natchez Trace. That's a road that goes from the northern...
Stop sign, turn right.
Excuse me, I was gonna make a point about Mississippi.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Rock Hill Road.
I always heard that you could take the Natchez Trace, which is a scenic byway that runs from the northern point of Mississippi to the southern, and that ride is beautiful. You look up anything else that says, beautiful ride in Mississippi, not much else pops out unless you're looking at the coast. Sometimes on a time warp, you miss the pretty stuff. Now I get to show you this for real. This is Mississippi. Red Bluffs. Nicknamed the mini Grand Canyon, the Grand Canyon of Mississippi. Pretty much any kind of term that says it's not actually the Grand Canyon, because if that's what the Grand Canyon is, not insulting this, that's just this, that means the Grand Canyon is overrated. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I heard you can climb down to the bottom of this, into the canyon, and down a little ways, there's a crashed train car. I don't know if there's a story behind it. I'll have to find out about that part later. I'm gonna put some better shoes on because I don't know if the Hey Dudes are gonna be up to this. Plus there's a lot of red clay which turns into dye, and if you track it into your van, you got red footprints everywhere. So let's get some shoes that we don't normally wear, and then when I come back I gotta figure out what to do. Oh, plus not 36 degrees anymore. Winter is done. It's back up to 60 degrees, which means we get rid of this. I didn't go to the south to be wearing sweatshirts. I might have overreacted a little bit, but still a cool breeze. Long sleeves, I can handle long sleeves. I was looking for that. I bought a pair of Merrells. They were expensive and I haven't worn them, had to go hiking yet. And the first place they're going is not in a pile of red dye. I don't think it's gonna be that challenging. Sneakers, which is fine. A mini red Grand Canyon of the mini red Grand Canyon. I think I went the wrong way. This is not a state park. This isn't a national park. This is not a monument. This is just a road that collapsed, a canyon that was formed. Nothing's really marked. I think I went the wrong way. Let's try this again, shall we? Let's try this. If I don't find the train car, that's okay. This is gorgeous. We were standing over there. This is the other half of the road that collapsed. That's crazy. The side of this hill just eroded away, completely ate and destroyed this road. You can see the pieces of tar down there. Trees that fell down and just like that, the road's gone. I was going the wrong way. Sat right by a couple folks that were actually walking out here as well. I was just standing way over on that edge. I'm now on the northern side of where I was. We're gonna give this one more try and then we're gonna get back to the car and take off because I'm here to vlog, but getting a little silly. This is cool though. Look at this. I think we got back on track. We are about halfway down the hill. I heard you follow the bluff down to a set of railroad tracks, and you walk the railroad tracks. And guess what? Railroad tracks. So I didn't get lost once, I got lost twice. Asked one set of strangers for help, but they didn't know where to tell me where to go. The second set of strangers told me which way to go. Led me down those railroad tracks, which are active, so maybe they don't like me very much. Maybe that's why they sent me down there. However, I think they were trying to help because, well, there's the wreckage. 1968, during a really bad rainstorm, although there's a local legend that said this happened in 1901. Everything else in the world, except for urban legends, said this happened in 1968. 1968, heavy rain caused the hill up there to erode, the river to flood, train derails off the tracks. Railroad company, which was called, hold on, let me check my phone, GM&O, Gulf Mobile and Ohio Railroad Track, Train 33, decided that the cost of removing all this wasn't worth the cost, so they decided to leave it. They salvaged what they could, took the rest out, and now you can walk down and check it out. And there's just a little bit of graffiti on this. I showed you the cliffs. I showed you the road. I showed you the other side of the road. I showed you two walking trails that were the wrong walking trails. Found the right spot. I'm gonna teleport back to the van. We got one thing left to do before sunset. We're gonna teleport right now. Trying to teleport. This is Mississippi. Why did I come here? Whew, that is actually a workout. Got to the top of the trail, realized, dropped the glasses along the way. So, had to go back down. I've now done that climb like 3 times now. I did it for once for real. Did it once to give you guys a video, thanks. Then I had to do it for real again. I'm too old for this. I thought they said Mississippi was flat. This ain't freaking flat. This is what teleporting looks like. And just like that, we teleported back to the car. To the next spot. So now that I caught my breath a little bit, because I was out of breath, that was a steep incline. It was more than just that little spot with the rope. That went up like that for a little ways. I'm not in the shape for that. I got a little bit of a drive. Unfortunately, I lost about an hour going back to get my sunglasses. Because on the way up the hill, I made some friends that were on the way up the hill as well. Got to chatting for a little bit. They were all curious about the van life thing. Didn't realize while I was talking to them, I dropped my sunglasses, went back down, got the glasses. I did climb up a second time because I need to give you guys a photo op of me climbing up the rope up the steep incline on the tree branches. I had to go back and get the camera and do it a third time. There's a spot I want to get to for sunset tonight. I'm not going to set you up for the time warp. Another person just waved at me while I'm driving down the road. This place is so friendly. Everyone just waves at each other. It's cool. More people need to be doing that. Anyways, I'm going to get to where we're going. Call it a teleport. Just call it me driving and I'll see you there. So I might have lied to you guys a little bit earlier. I didn't give up on Mississippi beaches. I just did some research on my phone and saw on the western part of the state that there were slightly better beaches that weren't blocked by those islands. And well, I knew I could time it just in time for sunset. And it is gonna be absolutely gorgeous. Look at that sunset. I may not exactly be surfing these waves, but at least, unlike before, you can hear them. Look at it, listen. And there's even a couple shells to boot on the beach. So I'm gonna let you guys watch the sunset from my van. I'm gonna find a couple shells and then we're gonna go find home for the night. That was a good sunset. I don't know where I'm sleeping quite yet. Some people know this, some people don't. I cannot wait to get out west because you can find all this BLM and national forest land with amazing views to go sleep for the night. The problem is on the East Coast, if you want to get near the beach, everything's campgrounds are developed. I'm gonna have to take a look real quick, see what we can find to stay. Think I got my spot. 10, 15 minutes away. Gonna go post up. This is a fun day. Mississippi, don't sleep on this state. This is a beautiful state. The countryside, the coast, even Mobile had kind of a cool look to it as I went through. I made it. I'm home for the night. Beautiful. Cracker de Barrel is Cracker Barrel. I know. I'm at Cracker Barrel. I'm gonna relax for the rest of the night. My legs are killing me from climbing up that mountain climbing up that hill, climbing up that little couple steps 3 times. I can't call it a mountain. I want to call it a mountain, but it wasn't a mountain, and I know that. Thank you so much for watching. Please, down below, hit that like and subscribe button, would you? It goes so far towards helping me, helping this channel grow, and help me live this dream of traveling the country and finding all the fun little cool corners of it. I'm gonna go relax now. Good night.